Okay, let's see how this works. I don't usually film and walk and talk at the same time, but let's see if I can. I don't have a destination. I've been really sick and very much, I don't want to say isolated inside, but kind of. But today's nice enough, and I'm not super strong. I'm not going to go far. Again, I don't have a destination, but you know, to be what's the word when you're not mobile? You know how that goes. Again, I don't want to overdo it. I still got to do some dishes, but I'll probably get a few blocks in anyway. I think I'll. Do I want to go down to there? I'd kind of go this way, and then I can at least kind of show the water as I'm walking past here. I'm not gonna go walking down First Street smoking a doobie. I think I can, but I'm not gonna. Stick to the back roads. I don't want to have to people. Last time I was walking down First Street, it was kind of cold, right? It was on my way back, but Carolyn was in the way. It was really hard not to push her out into the street. Anyway, that's another story for another day, I suppose. I don't want to go all the way to S&K because there's no reason to get 5 blocks in, but if I can, maybe 5 blocks total instead of 10 when I go there ish, 5 blocks ish. So I don't know what the hell that is up there. See, that's one nice thing about, like, oh, here we go. So 6th Ave, really? I guess I didn't really go that far, did I? Like, this is what, a block? It's a long block. Anyway, so I don't really have a purpose. I don't really have anything to talk about. The whole point of this video is mainly just, you know, do what you can when you can. I have, at least for the last couple of days, so part of why I have been immobile, I don't know what's happening, and my body's just shutting down like it does intermittently, but I can't digest anything. I obviously still have that problem. I don't have a neuro here. I still have Wisconsin insurance. I haven't made any switches yet. I kind of need some help doing all this shit. But in any case, for like a good 2-3 days, my abdomen was so distended. I'm going to turn around and keep it back the other way now. Maybe not all the way back the other way. Is there anything in the water that's like open where I can go sit by anything yet? Let me put this out, actually. I'm going to set this underground cable. That sounds good if this is just for internet. As long as it's not a power thing. Set that down so I can put this in here, and then I'll grab just a cigarette out of here. Oh, wait. I'll grab just a cigarette out of here. There's like one that, like, all the tobacco fell out. And it's hand rolled, so it looks the same, but it smells different. And like, nobody says they think you smoke cigarettes walking down the street. Oh, hey. I stand corrected. I guess I gotta go back and roll one. Well, you know how that goes sometimes, right? But in any case, I don't know. I think I will go back down. Maybe I'll go. See, I made it past the Marmon Computing anyway, so that's good. I'll try to remember to get it. Well, I've got shots of this before, but anyway. So abdomen distension. I was really sick. It's almost like something along in my body was failing completely. Just leaving me like this bloated, I don't know how to explain it, in a lot of pain. I was having a lot of difficulties walking, and I still kind of am, but it's better. I would not have been able to do this like yesterday, and definitely not the day before. It takes a while to recover from stuff, and when there's no stability, it's really hard to whatever. I've been sleeping a lot. You know, I've been doing a lot of stuff. You know, I've been making my videos, obviously. And yesterday I got that Linux install to work right, but beyond that, like for a while, especially since I've been here, I'm sleeping. I think some of it, there's probably like mold or something that's kind of extra messing with me. The stress, like I haven't had a proper hug in a long time from people that, you know, are supposed to know and care about me enough to give me hugs and things like that, but you know how it goes. I don't know what that guy's doing. I think, where did I go? I think we go back this way. I think that's how we did it. Yeah, because then we walked through we can walk through that alleyway again. That's how we did it. Actually, you know what? Let's go. What happens if we go this way? I never went this way before. I'll try something new here. Live on the edge. But yeah, MS is a terrible, cruel, and as it turns out, very unpredictable disease. And like, it's kind of one of those illnesses that if something can go wrong, it will, and probably at the worst possible time. I'm going to sneak through. Look at it. I'm going to follow the red brick road. It's not really yellow, right? But it is a brick road, and I think that when you're confused and at the end of like whatever, you're supposed to follow some kind of brick road. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, I like how the moss is growing in there. I got a weird thing, like I love moss, and I like if I had land and a house, well, kind of like where I grew up, there's a big part of the land where it was all just like moss. So it's almost like it's like God's natural carpet. So you just walk on moss with bare feet. I mean, not if it's all soggy and stuff, but a lot of those mosses, if you walk on them with bare feet, it's like carpet. It's like carpet from the wild. A little bit more on my walk, and yeah, I made an entire, we can something like maybe like 4 blocks-ish round trip, 5. And I didn't, but once I didn't talk about politics. I almost did walk out in front of a car though. That's why I do that. Very much not in need of getting squicked here. So I should pay attention, huh? I could go in the front, but why would I do that? Like, go through the back. I think last time I walked back with the camera, I think I like went through the front. I'm gonna go in the back there. The element of surprise. I noticed like so somebody threw out a bunch of stuff, and you know, whatever, people do that, right? But there's all this big stuff didn't fit. It looks like all the stuff that was in the dumpster is gone, except for the new stuff. But they didn't pick up anything that was left outside the dumpster. I've seen that kind of stuff happen before. It's like when you put your recycling in the wrong thing, or you put it in a, I've done it before where I've put my recycling in like a paper bag or a box, and they don't take it because it's not in a city-approved, taxpayer-funded recycling receptacle, right? It's like, who's got time for that? Nobody. That's my video. That's kind of sad. So I got 8 minutes of cardio. And some of the cardio was smoking a doobie. But you know what? It's better than what's been going on in here. And now because I didn't do that much, I probably, after rest, I have enough energy to slam out my dishes. There's not that much. And there is a sink out there. I just don't clutter up my stuff out there with their stuff. But I gotta slam these out. Maybe I'll make my bed. And if I've been communicating with anybody online today, it's been with Kitten. I did not sleep with my kitten last night, but I had it very close to the bed. Anyway, that's my video. It's boring. I don't know why I'm going to post it, but maybe there's somebody out there that needs some inspiration. It's like, you know what, I'm going to try to walk even if I can only make it a block. If Wendy can do it, I can do it. You know, something like along those lines, or just however it's going to go. Anyway, peace, love, light, and Linux kittens. Oh, before I close, I didn't know that there was like this big Detroit mayor that's like maybe going to run for governor. Almost did. I got to look more into what's happening in Michigan, I guess. But Wisconsin's really interesting right now. I'm still waiting for some apologies, but they have not come through yet. So I don't know. At this point, I don't know how it's going to go down, but maybe I'll write the president. Anyway, peace, love, light, and kittens.